Hello. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Ellendary. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I am here to help you establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out home practice routine. Today's topic that Lisa prepared for us is Motivational Monday. Let's all say that with intent. Ready? Motivational Monday. Really think about saying every single syllable with intent. Let's say it again. Motivational Monday. We're being very deliberate. One more time. Motivational Monday. And let's smile with intent. Give me your best smile. Very good. Go ahead and take a sip of water. Do you struggle with motivation? Besides impacting our automatic movements, did you know that dopamine also impacts our motivation, our drive to get things done? So motivation is a big challenge for people with Parkinson's. There's nothing wrong with you, okay? I mean, sometimes it's apathy or it could be depression, but the motivation issue in Parkinson's is very real. It is very different from people who don't have Parkinson's. For example, we make a New Year's resolution and we say we're going to do something and then we don't follow through with it. It's not like that with Parkinson's. It is a very real and serious issue, and that's why setting a routine is so important for people with Parkinson's. So we're talking about motivation this morning. Let's go ahead and start with the first Speak Out exercise, the warm-up. Lift your voice and project it forward. It should be flying over your computer, up and over your television. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. All right, let's be a little bit more deliberate while we're doing this. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Last week, I got a lot of good feedback that you like the idea of flipping the light switch on, okay? Your intentional motor system is like a light switch. It's available to you all the time for everybody, okay? All right, but it's not going to work unless you flip the switch. So before you say anything, I'm not just talking about during this session, for the rest of the day, for the rest of your life, before you say anything, flip the switch on, the intentional motor system, and then speak out. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Good. Flip the switch on. May, me, my, mo, moo. And one more time. Flip the switch. May, me, my, mo, moo. You want to do these exercises with high energy. Take a sip of water. When you're talking to people later in the day, I want you to say to yourself before you start, flip the switch. We won't say that out loud, but we'll just remind ourselves to do that and then speak out. All right. Moving on to Speak Out exercise number 2, the ahs. We are being deliberate. We are deliberately opening our mouth wide and making that ah fly forward using lots of intent, not yelling, but projecting. Ready? Good. Keep it consistent the whole time. Really think about it. Ready? We hold it for a maximum of 10 seconds. Doesn't mean that you need to hold it 10 seconds, but maximum. You don't need to hold it longer than 10 seconds. Ready? Good. Again. Good. All right. Let's take our sip of water. Grab that cup. Are you using intent? Before you pick up your cup, are you flipping the switch saying, I'm going to think about this? I am convinced that intent is the key to managing Parkinson's. Believe me, aside from your medications, intent is probably the most important thing you can do. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 3, the glides. Project out a steady ah, and then slowly glide up. Really think about it. Here we go. Something about flipping the switch, the hard part, you have to keep flipping it. Once you can't flip it in the morning and then it just works that way. And it doesn't work like that with Parkinson's. Before you say anything, before you start walking, before you pick up your glass, each and every time you have to flip the switch. So when you get to the top of the glide and then you stop, every time you stop, you have to flip the switch when you start again. Okay? Every time you stop walking and you pause, you will have to flip the switch again when you start walking. So when you get to the top of the glide and you stop, then I want you to turn it on, okay? Let's start from the beginning. We stopped. Now flip the switch. Good. Again. Good. Let's do one more with intent. Flip the switch on. Good. Grab that cup. Take your sip of water. Now, I know that it is a bummer that you have to flip that switch every time. Very annoying, very upsetting maybe that you have to do it, but I want you to think of it this way. Parkinson's is the one neurological disorder to which you have a lot more control than you think. Okay, you have a lot more control with Parkinson's. The problem is it's not going to happen automatically. I want you to think about, let's say, somebody who had a stroke and they're paralyzed on one side of their body. They can't control it. Doesn't matter how much intent they use, it's not going to work. Well, it's not that way for Parkinson's. When you think about it, it works. So I want you to keep that in mind. Let's move on to the reading. We're going to project every number and make it fly over our computer or our television set. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let's do it again. So same thing. When you stop at each line, you've got to flip the switch again when you start on the next row. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Now, let's start with 12 and go backward. Ready? 12, 11, 10. Don't trail off. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Take your sip of water. Before we move on to the reading, I need to tell you about this. If you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I want to see you on November 7th at noon. I am presenting a lecture about living with Parkinson's. I want you all to be there. We will do another one later, maybe in December. We're still looking at the date. I will repeat the lecture online, but if you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I want you coming to Parkinson Voice Project. I want to meet you in person. I want to give you a tour, and I want you to get this information. It is time that we get the strongest we can before the holidays, and this will help you. This is how you make a reservation. You can call our clinic, or you can send an email to intent@parkinsonvoiceproject.org. Make sure to include your full name, the names of the people you're bringing, okay? So your spouse, a close friend, your kids, okay? Anybody, bring a full name, who you're bringing, your email, of course, and your phone number so that we can remind you about the lecture. Okay, we'll move on to the reading. Sandy's going to post our phone number and the intent email in the chat to make it easy. All right, Motivational Monday. This information that we got is from Carl Robb. He is one of our board members. He is about my age and has lived with Parkinson's since he was 17 years old. He is an advocate for the international Parkinson's community. There is his website, okay, so you can visit it later. And this is Carl Robb. Let's read these sentences with intent. All right, ready? Today is the day to take a step forward. Hey, that's for all of us. Ready? Let's say it again. Today is the day to take a step forward. I love that. Next. Today is the day to expand my mind. Again. Today is the day to expand my mind. Before you say each sentence, flip that intentional motor switch. Ready? Today is the day to strengthen my body. Again, flip the switch on. Today is the day to strengthen my body. Next. Today is the day to feed my spirit with hope. All of us get down sometime, myself included, right? I'm so glad that we actually go to sleep at night. Can you imagine if we always stayed up and the day never ended? I love that the day ends and the new day I can start over. Let's read this again. Today is the day to feed my spirit with hope. Good. Take a sip of water with intent. Did y'all notice that my beautiful flowers made it over the weekend? They're so pretty. All right, we're moving on to the conversation exercise. Because speech is never going to be automatic again, you have to work on conversation. I'm sorry about that. You're just going to have to do it. So this is one way to work. I'm going to ask you some questions. All right, and I want you, when you answer, you're going to flip that switch and speak out. Name 3 things you can do to ensure your day goes well. You're in control. What are 3 things you can do? Go ahead, say them with intent. In one of my weekly Speak Out therapy groups, someone said, my good day begins the night before, where I get my medication ready, I get my clothes ready for the next day, I review my schedule, my calendar to see what appointments I have. Those are some suggestions. How about this one? Name the role models in your life. I'm talking about those people who inspire you to be a better person. Think of someone that you admire, someone who inspires you, someone who just seems to have it together. Tell me who they are and say it with intent. Maybe you could talk to that person, find out what habits they have in place, what have they been doing, and then we can learn from each other. Let's go ahead and do Dr. Boone's words, each one twice. Exaggerate the G's, the K's, and the NG's. Those particular sounds force the back of the tongue when you say them with intent. They force the back of the tongue to go up, hit the roof of the mouth, and that's the same movement that has to happen to have a good swallow. Ready? Gu la gan ga ga. Again. Gu la gan ga ga. And the next one. Ku ka man gu ka. Ku ka man gu ka. Let's use even more intent. Ready? Gangla, gangla. And the last one. Kukla, kukla. Take a sip of water. We'll move on to our bonus reading. Here's the bell. And the bell is just for fun. All right, today's bonus reading was inspired by a testimonial that Danny, a Speak Out graduate from California, sent in. So here we go. Thank you, Danny, for inspiring us with this. I really like this idea. Let's read it together. Parkinson's keeps going and throwing different ways to trip us up. I am going to turn it into a dance. I will learn the new steps and keep moving, dancing. We can do it. Let's keep the dance party going. Step by step, we can do it. Let's read it again. More intent. Ready? Parkinson's keeps going and throwing different ways to trip us up. I am going to turn it into a dance. I will learn the new steps and keep moving, dancing. We can do it. Let's keep the dance party going. Step by step, we can do it. Isn't that wonderful? You can download today's reading material. That way you'll have Carl Robb's website and the beautiful testimonial to motivate you, and register for the Living with Parkinson's lecture that we will be hosting at our clinic on November 7th. I want you to tour the clinic. I want you to meet our staff and our Parkinson voice advocates and our board. So I'll see you on November 7th, but seating is limited, so please make a reservation. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.